So, oh, you're live.
Wait a sec now, let me get the...
F5. Refreshes it.
Evening, everybody. Can't see anybody's comment as of yet because I'm just getting them up on my screen.
To be honest with you, I don't think anybody's watching at the minute. F5. Look, F5. Refreshes it.
Bear with me a second, guys. I just need to...
You've got 3 people.
Oh, there it is, Fairy House. Oh, I know the sound working okay. So I can see... Hiya, Angie.
No, leave it there. Leave it there.
No.
What's the point of popping it
Because
on?
I like...
Because you got to watch what you're doing. Anyway. Hello, everybody.
Right, Chris is now going.
Yeah.
So otherwise it's going to drive me mad. Can you fetch me a Capri Sun, please, Chris? Yeah. Thank you. Hiya, Angie, my lovely. Hiya, my friend and all the ladies. Well, I hope everybody's coming on tonight. They should do. I'm doing it a little bit later tonight. Because I got my days muddled up. Hiya, Gargoyle. It's only me tonight, and you'll probably hear Chris every now and then. If he's hoping to catch the live, I did speak to her earlier, and she's hoping to catch it to come on. So if she comes on, she'll be typing in the comment section. Not getting at you. No, I didn't think he was, my love. I didn't think he was. Hiya, Diana. Is it Diana or Deanna? You have to let me know about that one. Right, tonight. Big hello to Colette and everyone. Hiya, Polly. So, hi, everybody. Now, I'm a bit disorganised tonight. I did actually tidy my table, and believe you me, I was getting very stressed out earlier when Chris said, let's tidy your table. And I was like, oh, no, please, no, please, no, please, no. Because everything gets moved, and then I don't know where nothing is. You know what I mean? Anyway, I tidied my table earlier. I'm just going to move some couple of bits across. So, if you see my pokey head, it's because I'm moving things out my way. Now, can anybody... Do you remember I went, I call it shopping. Chris called, wait a sec now, because I want to see if that picture's clear before I go any further. Oh, yes, perfect. Yeah, do you remember, ladies, I showed you all the stuff I bought when I went shopping. And I showed you all the heart containers, the bird boxes, the wheelbarrows, and it all. Can you remember this? Now, you're probably saying no, because it's been revamped. And I've only painted it because I wanted it to be dry for what I was about to do today. So this was that colour. And I haven't done underneath for the purpose of me showing you guys what colour it was. It was a very dark green bird cage. Gargoyle says, I want to say cheers to Chris who supports and helps you. Oh, bless you. When he comes back in, I'll tell him, Gargoyle, I promise I will. My husband would hide in the other room. And when he comes back in, I promise I'll tell him. Hi, Angie. So, yeah, like I say, this was the bird box. Had a front to it, and it had a little holes and a little... I don't know, thing for the bird to sit on. Anyway, it was that colour, like a dark green. That's the only way to describe it. And I want to turn it into a fairy house. So I had Chris to take the front off for me. So now I can stick my hand in there. I could have kept the front as a door, but I don't want it to, because he did cut it off in a whole piece. Good like that. But yeah, he cut it off in a whole piece, and then I went on to... I was speaking to Shannon Morrissey, who's Morrissey Arts and Crafts. Now, I'm sure it was Angie Paisley who said to me last time I came on live about making my homemade gesso. Because I was saying, because I was using white acrylic paint on the little teapot, and I'm sure it was Angie Paisley that said to me about making my homemade gesso. Well, I've made it. Actually, Shannon was the one who was talking me through how much, what to use and how much ratio to put in to use it. Now, I've made mine in a coffee jar, empty coffee jar. I've put in 3/4 of acrylic paint. I gotta think now, can't even remember off the top of my head. 3/4 of acrylic paint. A quarter of acrylic paint, a quarter acrylic, quarter PVA, a little bit of water, and I put in some plain flour. Would you like to see it? Yes, there was Angie, see? So Angie sparked the idea. I didn't know how much to put in, and Shannon said, I tell you what, I've made it before, and she taught me through how much to put in. Wait there, I'll go and get it. Now, this is my gesso. Gesso? It's in a Kenko coffee jar. This coffee jar is let me put that to the side a second. It is 2, 4, 6 inches by probably 6 inches by 3. So it's a medium coffee jar then. So I did, this is, now I can tell you now, I've got it in front of me. That much acrylic paint, so it's about a quarter PVA, so I've got it just a little bit above half. Then I added a little bit of water, and then I did add talc in, but it wasn't getting the right mixture, so it was trial or error whether to add plain flour. Now Shannon was the one said, why don't you add plain flour into your gesso? It thickens it up. Only add a little bit though. And that's what I did, a teaspoon at a time. And I mixed it, and it's quite a nice thick consistency, if that's a word. So let me show you how thick it is. See how thick it is? Hope you guys can see that. It is really thick, but it's good thick. It's a nice, good thick mixture. And like I say, Shannon taught me all the way through it. Angie inspired the idea last time I was doing the live, and I went away and did it. With Shannon's help, of course, otherwise I would not have had a clue how to do it. So, thank you, ladies, both of you. Because without this mixture, I wouldn't have been able to do the little fairy house tonight. So Angie says, nice and so cheap to make. Yeah, it is. And Shannon said, now I don't know how long it's going to last, but she said it lasts ages. So that's what I'm going to do. Is always mix that up. Now I know the mixture. So bearing in mind it was this colour, I covered the whole thing in gesso. It covered really, really well. I covered it and I left it overnight, and then I covered it again. I'm gonna make it in future. Yeah, it's. I mean, look how well. Apart from that brown, because obviously I've put that there, but it's covered really, really well. And like I said to Shannon, now I know how to mix it. I'm well away, but it was Shannon's idea to mix in plain flour to thicken it up. Don't add too much because you don't want to sort of go the other way and it be like all lumpy. Shannon explained it to me as like a pancake mixture. that's the kind of, if you ever make pancakes, that's the kind of mixture you need to control what, how thick or runny, or it can't be too runny, that's what I'm trying to say, but like a pancake mixture. So covered the whole thing in, left it overnight, dried really, really well. Then I covered it again and left it overnight, and I was left with that sort of really nice covering. Then today I took some brown acrylic paint, and it's called Burnt Amber. I buy quite big tubs of acrylic paint because I quite like using it. And I painted it, well, I painted it about an hour and a half ago in the inside. I'm a newbie to this group, look forward to getting to know you all. Oh, hiya Pauline. Thanks for sharing, Sharon. It's a great absolutely excellent recipe to make. So, like I say, if you can mix it, go ahead, because I wouldn't know if Angie hadn't said about it last week, and I definitely wouldn't have known if it wasn't for Shannon's help and how much to put in. I'm also mixing my own texture paste with acrylic paint, PVA and baby powder. Oh wow. Wow. Welcome Pauline, I hope you find me inspiring. The others do say I'm inspiring, but yeah, we share all different types and ideas on the live chats. Like I say, when me suggested making your own gesso, it was Angie last time I did the live. So that was the gesso. So 2 covers. Then today, about an hour ago, a real bristle brush. This was the brush I use. It's quite bristly. It hasn't got a marking. It's like an old. It is a paintbrush, as in painting your walls with. Yes, I make my own gesso. It is PVA glue, vinyl glue. PVA glue is like school glue. I don't know what vinyl glue is. PVA glue is like, I don't know how to describe PVA glue. It's a, do you know what this is? This is tacky PVA glue. Now this is quite a little bit thicker. PVA glue is a lot runnier, but it all depends on what type of PVA glue you pick up. I quite like picking up the school PVA glue from the pound shop, and then that's how and it dries clear as well. So I've just read that, Shannon. Yeah, it does dry clear. Poster glue is the same thing. I'll have to look up what vinyl glue is, but I should imagine it's the same thing. PVA is like school glue, is what you use in school to make cards, and it's a bit like, I don't know whether you would have heard it, Pritt Stick. Pritt Stick is another like PVA, but except it's on a stick and you sort of dab it. PVA is like that, but in a bottle, so you can empty it as you go along or need it. Yes, it's like white fluid glue that dries clear. That's right, Angie. My phone keeps messing up, so I messed some of it. But you are on now. Oh, right. So I'll get to it. So this was brown acrylic. It is called Burnt Amber. I buy the quite big tubs from the Range. It's like a big hardware store. And it lasts me quite a long time. Now this colour is called Burnt Amber. This is a normal household brush because the bristles are quite tough. And what I've done, I haven't been picky either on the inside. I've just painted it on the inside. Now I painted this an hour ago and it's dry already. It dried in about 10-15 minutes. It was really quick. So the inside, I wasn't quite thick, picky, but I wanted the little white to seep through. So on the top, because I had a little bit of the brush, the pink left on my brush, I didn't put in any of the didn't put any water on it at all at this point because it was sort of dry on its own. And because the roof has all got markings in it, because it's a roof, I just went over it like that with a little bit of paint left on your Bristol brush. And it's left me with sort of markings on the roof, which is excellent because it's a roof I'm after. So I don't know whether the camera will be picking that up, but that's what it's left me as. See how it's left me with the lines, and I've just gone like that all the way across. So Gargoyle says, oh yes, understood, thanks a lot. You're very welcome. Any more questions, let me know. I can see the comments as we go along. Shanna says, yes, Alan, it's white, but when you dry is clear. Snap and tree. Yep, right. So that's what I've done on the inside, and I've done the inside of the roof as well. I've gone a bit thicker on the inside of the roof because it's the inside. But yeah, I mean, I've got some on the sides. I'm not quite bothered by that because I've got, now there's no paint left on this, but I haven't washed it because I wanted to show you what kind of brush that I was using. So now I've got my bits and pieces around me. So what I've got is I've got some moss. This is Country Scenic Side moss. So what is Snap? What is Snap? I on YouTube. Oh, Snap's like you say something the same thing. That's what Snap is. If that's what make like you say something the same time and the same thing. Snap, you've said it. Do you know that's what it means? Oh dear, you're frozen on me. I'll catch up later on your video. Oh, I should come back, Pauline. I hope that Pauline's managed to come out and come back in. Try and refresh the poll. Sorry to hear that. Oh, bless. If any time that it's frozen or does any favorite video hacks, as I call them, come back out and come back in, and then should be good to go. So I've got some green country moss here. I'm going to use a lot, more or less of it, and I've also got, right, so I've got green and then I've got white. Now again, it's just a different colour. It's still called Countryside Scenics, but it's just the same. It's just a different colour. So I'm not going to stick this on my glue gun because it's almost like, I'm trying to think of what it's like in your hand. You know when you pick like daisies up off the grass, or you pick like a flower up off the grass and you can feel that texture of the grass in your hand? That's exactly what it's like. That's the texture in your hand. First of all, I didn't like it at all, but I've grown to love it. So I'm going to get a brush now. Right, and I've got some tacky glue. It's also a children's card game called Snap, when you get duplicate cards. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so I haven't got a tub on me. I did have. No, I haven't. I haven't got a tub. I didn't think I did. Right, so I would normally have a tub, but since I am doing moss, now you can use your hand for this, or you can use a tweezers. Either way gives you the same results. I sent you my swap yesterday with Simberton and should be delivered next Wednesday. Oh, bless you, Angie. I'm in the middle of making your swap. Right, I'm gonna go on the roof with my moss. Now, when I look at something, moss usually in real life tends to grow sort of under things. You never see actual moss. Like if you had a rock, you'd only see like a little bit grow on the top. Never all of it. So when I'm using moss, I always think of what it looks like in real life. Now, even though I'm making a fairy house, I want it to be as, not realistic, but realistic to a fairy house. Does that try and make sense? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick some moss right underneath. Now, I'm going to be using, for this, the moss for underneath, I'm going to be using the white moss first. So literally break a bit off. Now I like to have the mossy bit, or you can keep the stalk if you want to, and you literally just prise it on where the glue is. Now you can pick where you want it, where you don't want it. Now because I want to put a little bit of green, I'm not going to totally cover all of it either. I'm going to get a bit of green now, and I'm literally just going on the top. And you'll find that the moss will integrate, sort of, it'll seep through as one. And if you want to go over the edges, then go over the edges. So can you sort of see where I've gone underneath? I'm going to just go on the top, but I'm not going to go all the way on the top. Just a small amount. So you see where I've started there? Maybe go in the middle. And then on the sides. Circle keeps coming up on my phone. I know it's YouTube. I hope it's not playing tricks. And can you see? And you land up with the moss, it sort of comes out on its own. It's making me mad. I don't know what's causing that at all, you know. I hope everybody's not like that. Everybody's internet and this video is not like that for everyone. So I'm going to continue that all the way around. Now just being careful where I'm placing that moss. What colour I'm placing it. You can use red moss. You can even use, sometimes you can get brown moss, darker than that colour. So it all depends really what type of look you're going for. It's called Laganji Handwich. So again, I'm just putting some white moss underneath. Now, you can buy moss, or have anybody ever heard of Flower Soft? I'm going to be using Flower Soft tonight, but I just wondered whether anybody had ever heard of it. Now, Flower Soft is literally softer than moss, and you can use it to do absolutely anything with. You don't even have to use it doing gardens. You could do it on well, absolutely anything. I did wonder, they do need to fix it. See? Is it lagging a little bit, the internet? I did wonder, they need to fix it. I totally agree with you, Angie. I'm there with you, darling. So I'm going to put some moss now all the way around. And it just depends on where you want it. Like I say, I want mine to go right underneath. Flower Soft is another thing you can use. So while I'm doing this, because it is the same a little bit as I go along, I got my days mixed up, ladies. I went to something called a Friends Feast. Friends Fest, sorry, not feast. Wish it was a feast. No, it was a Friends Fest. I went yesterday, and I thought it was today, which is why I did the video for a lot later than I would normally. Venue design. Your marbles must be... Right, losing my marbles. If found, please return to special delivery. Losing your marbles, Shannon. Okay. I think the postman's nabbed him, you know. I'm only messing. No, I got my days mixed up. So I could have done this at 7 o'clock if I didn't have it in my head that it was the 22nd. For some reason I kept thinking it was the 22nd. Right, can you see how what that's created? I'm going to go under here and then I'm going to show you the front, and you'll be surprised at what sort of look it gives you. So don't be afraid with the glue. The reason I'm using tacky glue and not the glue gun is because sometimes when you use the glue gun, now this is only for making miniatures and not for general crafting, I find when I'm making miniatures that it tends to be quite lumpy because you're only dealing with small things. I look forward to Colette's live. It's like being with friends on a peaceful evening. Oh, thank you, Shannon. I'll pay you later. I'm only messing. I'm only messing. I'll pay you all later. It's alright. You don't have to keep up with the comments. Yeah. I totally agree. It's flow friendly. It's alright, Polly. I'll pay you later. It's fine. Right, can you see? If I held it like that, can you see how you can sort of see the moss? And even though it's underneath, it's striping. So I'm going to work on the outside first, and then I'm going to go on the inside, because the inside's a bit different to the outside. I like to do the outside first. So I'm going to start this end. Now, where did I put... Is it in this one where I found it? Nope, not in that one. Where did I find it? Oh, I've got to make corns, ladies. Me too, I've had a pretty bad day and I was looking forward for the live. Oh, bless you. No pen went the same way as the marbles, Polly. Just to let everyone know that I got my stitches out and my nose is healing great, so fire. Thank you all for praying. That will be 1 string of beans and a new bag of matches, please. Oh, bless you. Right, where did I did have somewhere. Now you might ask where, but I did have, and I don't know what I've done with it. Oh, there. I've got some bark. Haven't got a lot of it, but I've got some bark. So I'm going to do the roof, and I'm going to put something underneath there so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'll probably forget now that tub's there. Okay. That's such great news, Angie. I'm trying. Same news, right? Up the top then, up here. So just on the corners, I'd like to put my green moss. Like I say, you can have different colours, and you'll probably find what colour best suits you. Now, I quite like playing with different colours because it gives me a feel then of, like, for instance, can you see that's quite lighter than this one? So the lighter green would possibly be on top. And that's where I'm going to stick him, just on top there. Now, you don't have to go mad with the moss. You don't even have to stick any at all on. I personally myself, I think it adds that it does do take away. You know what I'm trying to say? I can see you guys laughing, but I can't remember what you're laughing at. So glad it all went for your operation. Skull and crossbones. Shesh. Enough with your spell check. Sheesh. Oh, sheesh. You're a pirate, Shannon. See? Right. Let me have a look. You ladies carry on. No, it confuses me. The postie, I'll have to do that. Right, I'm gonna and up them on the corners now. I'm not gonna stick a lot because there's a flat roof. If I was to go like I have done on the corners here, it would look a bit odd. So I'm just gonna go where that line is, and then I'm gonna go on the corners. And I'm not gonna be sticking not a lot on at all. You can hang moss over as well. See? You see what look that gives you? Gives you such a... Right, now I've got some Flower Soft. I have some, I've got some red moss as well to add to this. Know how I say we can get in different colours? Well, because this is a fairy house, I want my fairy to have a different, well, I want it to be sort of an old woody kind of fairy house. So, my red moss, I'm just going to stick on the inside of that. See, I'm just going to stick on the inside there. If you pinch moss and roll it up, you can sort of get it in a bowl as well. So you sort of add to it as you go along. I mean, there's no right or wrong ways to add it. Can you see it building up? Now, what I've got next to me as well is ivy. You can buy ivy like this with the leaves, or you can buy it sort of like rose buds, look, rose leaves. You can buy it like with rose leaves on. Now I like buying my ivy with the rose leaves on, but I also like buying these type of flowers too, because on these flowers there is what I call like a stingy nettle. It's like a fir stingy nettle branches, and I love it because it gives me the option then of sticking them on. So if I went like that, you build it up. Where's the other one? There. So, oh, I know, I've got something to tell you ladies. Sonja, I hope Sonja won't mind me telling you guys this, but Sonja's really busy. You never guess what she's got. A pussycat. Her son-in-law got a pussycat, and I'm sure if she comes on she'll be able to tell you. She won't mind me telling you. And you see how it's building up? Now I'm going to keep going with that because it gives it a different effect. It makes it, I'm going for more woodland look rather than a flat look. I like things to be textured. I like things to be raised, and I like it to have some sort of I don't know, just something to it. I don't like things being flat. It's wonderful she has a kitten. Yet Shannon's got yes, it is Shannon. She's son-in-law bought her a kitten, and I am so chuffed for her. because she was saying that she couldn't have a kitten because of her son-in-law's got allergies. Don't know whether you guys remember on the last live. She was saying that she couldn't have one because she was frightened of her son-in-law's allergy, and she's managed to have a kitten. He came to the house one day with a kitten in his arms. I thought that was so sweet. I'm also going to stick them different directions, because if I stick them different directions, it'll also look as if they grow in the wrong way. Does that make sense? Me too. It's this KB on my phone. The letters are little. No wonder it drives you mad, Angie. If I missed something, ladies, thanks for letting me know. And there was me checking, spell checking each time. You didn't spell it right, sorry, but the spell check. You want about spell checker? Drives me blinking mad. I tell you what drives me mad is, you know, on a phone and you get predictive text. Predictive text is like the phone automatically spells things for you. Yeah, caught out with and been stung with that one many a times. I have. So I'm just gonna, right. I'm just gonna stick a few of these on the side to give it, to follow it through from where I'm sticking it there. Now I'm not going to stick too many on the side because I've stuck quite a lot on this flat edge. I don't want to go overboard on the whole roof. Now I might have to stick my glue gun in. And literally you just, now you could use, I tell you what you could use for this. Not many people know this, but I will divulge and share. You could use fish plants. Nothing to do with the rest of them, they're naughty. Who me can't be me, Shannon. Now ladies, what are you up to? That doesn't sound good. It doesn't sound good when you start blaming it on each other. Something's going on. Who's done what and how and why? Hands up, own up. I feel like a school teacher. Shannon, you sure that's Polly? Are you sure poor Polly would never do such a thing? Now, Shannon, I know that you would, because you're a very naughty student. Yes, I know all about it. Don't have to tell me. I know what she's like. Right. Trick view. I'm going to make this roof look absolutely fantastic. Way to do it. I've got some brown raffia. Now you can buy this up from any of your garden shop. Literally you just pull it, and this is the trick I got for you. Now I've pulled at least 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, about 18 inches. I folded it in half. I need to take my Prozac, and this is what you do then. Now I've got a real sharp scissors here, so be careful when you do this. You know how you fray it, where you can fray it like this with a ribbon? Well, you can do the same with raffia. And then once you've got it sort of half frayed, I'm going to show you on. I'm running out of room. I knew it would be. Right, once you've got it sort of half frayed, my scissors won't allow me to do it. There it is. Right, it's sort of frayed on the edges. Come back to my roof. I'm going to put my frayed edges right on the tip of the roof. The raffia I found is a frayed one, but it's nice. Oh wow, I didn't realise you could get frayed raffia. I've always had to fray mine. I'm going to put it on the tip of the roof, what they call it, the apex of the roof. Each side with tacky glue I'm using, no other glue. Right, and then I'll cut it to size. So I wanted that piece. Just keep cutting and sticking. Now with the moss, you don't have to stick you don't have to be particular where you stick. You can make your raffia have edges, like a more shabby effect. You can make it just have the effect you're going for. You can just stick it two sides. See? Now you're probably thinking, that's a load of mess, Kat. Why have you done that? I've done it because when I go to stick it, what I call acorns, it'll, house is looking really cute. Thank you, Polly. Right, now what I've done is I've stuck it one side. And I'm just going to fold it over to create that on the top. Now, if you notice, I haven't done it all the way. And there's a reason for that. Because I've got some of these acorns. Now, like I said, ladies, I'm going to have to stick my glue gun, I think, on for this next bit. Because, and I've got some, these are the shells of the big, massive acorns. And they can be found outside. Like I say, when I'm making things like this, I like to source as much as I can from outside. I'd rather it come from outside than me, I don't know, trying to find something to make my fairy house with. Because the outside you don't have to do much to. I'm just going to plug this glue gun in, and he's not going to hurt me tonight. He's not going to burn me at all. I've had a word with him. He said he's not going to. I'm going to stick a little bit of, just a tiny smudge of moss each side of this. There we are. I'm going to trim him up the bits I don't want. You can use fish plants. You don't have to use what I'm using now. You can use fish plants. Fish plants, I've got the plastic already, so it means that you won't have to source or buy any extra in. Prize today, and I love it. Thanks. Oh, thank you, Angie, for letting me know. I know Sandra received hers today, but I'm glad that you received your little surprise. My table looks a mess. I can see it in that mirror. Right, so that's what I've got it looking like so far. So it's full of moss on the outside, but I've got some acorns by here, like I say. And yes, I have had a word with my glue gun. It is not going to burn me tonight. She's vicious. See what I mean? See what I mean, the gargle? It doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen at all. It's fine, Angie. It's alright. You've not been nice at all. Everybody's been nice. Mine is hot. Too hot at times. Oh, yes. Mine always gets like that. But I've had a word. She's not going to burn me tonight. So what I'm going to do, a little bit of glue on the end, and I'm going to glue my acorns just on the roof, on the top of the roof. and you can glue them to go the opposite way. Now if you are using these kind of things that have come from outside, pick as many as you can up. There's no law that say you can't. Pick as many as you can up, because the more you pick up, the more your house will look verified, if you know what I mean. Yes, we're all joking around. Right, so I'm just gonna literally, and you can go as crazy or have just the odd one or two if you wanted to. See, now that this one's on a branch. Now I'm not going to cut the branch off. What I am going to do is this. So it comes down. Again, I'm not going to snip the branch off. I am going to snip it a little bit because otherwise it'll be too long. But it's up to you how long you have it. I mean, like I say, there's no rule. And you literally just keep going and going and going until you are happy with what you've got. See how that's sort of turning out to be. Will you be putting up any Happy Mail video, Andrew? Love to see the extra. Here's something I keep by me when I'm using my glue and sponge in the water. Then you will wait. Now I've read that too quick. Angie said, here's something I keep by me when using my glue gun, a plastic of water and a small sponge in the water. Then when you get burnt, dab in the sponge, cools instantly. Oh dear, did she not listen to you, Shannon? See, you need to talk nice to it before. I've learned, right, if I speak nice to my glue gun, you're going to all think I'm going crazy. No. If I speak nice to my glue gun before I'm going to use it, she tends to listen to me. Tends to. I am saying this, but I doubt whether she will listen to me tonight. So you can use raffia, you can use moss, you can use fish plants, you can use anything. Like I say, I like to source my things from outside. Can you see how that's building up? And it's building and building and building. You can build as much as you want to build. You can just put a little bit on. You can put as much or as little on as you want to. I will be adding more as I go on. Just gonna add. So what have you all been up to today? I'd say I'd been in my craft room all day, but I haven't been crafting. Oh, you liked the little fish, did you, Angie? Well, I thought since you had the fairy cup and saucer, I thought that the little fish, if you wanted to have a go doing your own, you could, because I've given you everything that you would like to have a go. Now, can you see how that's sort of building? To be that slightly bit different, I'm going to take my sponge. Now my table is full of stuff. I'm going to move a little bit of stuff as I go along, and I'm just going to add in certain areas a little bit of moss. Just add that little bit of moss. There we are. Can you see how that's building? I understood you, Polly. That various is coming on, lovely. Oh, thank you, lovelies. So, literally just dab it, and then you'll see. Come on. I mean, this is Flower Soft, and it's like, nobody's ever heard of Flower Soft before. I will be using some. Right, now I think if I was to add any more to that, I think I'd spoil it. But I am going to add these shells of the acorns. Oops. And I'm just going to add them on the flat end of the roof. I don't know whether I've got any more, otherwise I would add some more. Right, now let's see what we've got. So that's the inside of it, right? Now because I've decided that I want the outside to be a bit rustic. So let me just clear some stuff on this table. Talk amongst yourselves, ladies. Just speak amongst yourselves for a second. There we are. Right. Let's see if I can. I can't find it. Right. The rustic look. Go back to my paintbrush. And I didn't do it before because nobody's ever heard of I'm sorry guys. Nobody's ever heard of Flower Soft before. Okay, I will explain what Flower Soft is at the minute. I'm gonna put a little dab of paint to this brush, and literally it's a dab. Okay, and I'm just going to give it the weathered look, or what I call the weathered look. Now I'm not going to cover it totally in brown. I like to put a bit of paint on the back of my hand. It controls the paint going on to the house. Right, Flower Soft. That's dry now. I won't need to put a hairdryer or nothing on that. Flower Soft, I will be doing Flower Soft. Flower Soft is this. I'm going to put this to one side a second while I show you. Let me get a lid. Let's use this. Okay, this Flower Soft is what the Flower Soft I might use. I don't think I'll have enough of it. We'll see now. Okay. Now, Flower Soft is literally Flower Soft. You can buy them in tubs. You can buy them in bags. Now, I got given the ones in bags. It doesn't last very long. If you can, I know it's expensive. The little tubs are about yay big. And there's a lot in there. Flower Soft is literally just like, let me think, petals. When they're really super dry, that's what Flower Soft reminds me of. You can use it to make trees, you can use it on fairy houses, you can use it for all sorts of different things. Sonia joined us. Oh, hiya Sonja. So that's Flower Soft, so it can be used on anything. So I'm going to use it now to show you what I mean. Again, I'm going to use my tacky glue. And I'm literally going to put the Flower Soft on the floor of my fairy house, on the outside of it. And I'm going to go all the way around. Right. Now that's covered in tacky glue. This is what Flower Soft does. Literally, it's like a floor of flowers without you actually making them. So this is what I mean. You can build trees with it. That's stuck now. Can you see that? Do you get it? Where would you get a Flower Soft? Flower Soft you can buy from eBay. You can also buy it in Amazon. You can also get it in the pound shop sometimes. I'm going to put my light on, ladies, because I think it's getting a bit dark. Let me find the light bulb. Without. Oh. Oh, it's on. Dipstick. Do you get it in a craft shop, or where would you get it? Well, you wait a sec, ladies. I'm gonna put the light on. So if I take don't know what it is too. When Chris comes back in, I'll ask him to put the big light on. So it gives you a floor. I hope you can sort of see that. It gives you a floor of flowers without you actually making any flowers. You can buy it from eBay, Amazon, anything. And it's all different colours. I've got the mixed pack here. But it's green, yellows, reds, pinks, and it's all different colours. So that's why I'm saying you can do a tree, a plant with it, anything. If you glued an end of a wire and stuck it in this is the mixed pack, don't forget. You've got yourself a tree, a miniature tree. So Flower Soft is absolutely fantastic for that reason. So I'm just going to go around the corner, this corner now. I don't want to just mess it up. And it'll stick very, very quick. And you'll find that you won't need that much of it. And like I say, the bags don't last very long, but the tubs do. But it's called Flower Soft. Right. So around my garden, around my fairy house, it looks like a load of flowers. Ah, bless. I've just read your comments on just, sorry. Looking at my lovely pond that I wrote today. Will all the extra goodies love it? Oh, I'm so pleased. I am so pleased that you like it. Right, so that's the outside-ish done. Now, I will be adding flowers and the odd thing. But I'm going to do the inside. Now, with the inside, I want it to look all fairy-fied. Now, I have got some ladybirds I'm going to be putting on. But I'm going to use odds and ends to make this house up. Now, I've got some characters, some frogs and some dogs. I've got these like tiny little shelves. So I'm going to stick these little shelves are children's toys cut in half. Like I say, you can use anything you want to use. Can you see that? And because it's a fairy house, it's not straight. It's not straight. Fairy house don't do straight. So whoever's got OCD now will be shouting at me, go, Glad it's not straight. So I'm going to put them just slightly at an angle. And you'll see why now I do that. I'm using my hot glue gun to put them in. Can you see that? The inside of that. Fairy house looks lovely. Right, and the reason I haven't put them straight, I'll tell you now. Because I've got a load of bits and pieces here. And my fairy house, well, she don't do straight. Yeah, can I have the light on, please? Oops, there, that's better. So, I've got some resin logs. Now, you don't have to just pick up what you can pick up fairy-wise. You can pick up child's toys and use them. Fairies have little shells, of course they do. So you can pick up child's toys. So I'm going to put this log fire in now. And I'm going to just glue this in. Now, because it's resin, before you ask, yes, I have got lights to go in this. Can you see how that's building up? Bearing in mind this was a birdhouse. So I've got a little mirror here, a little heart mirror, which I'm gonna put in. Because of course the fairy's got to look pretty before she goes out, but she doesn't do straight. See? Hi Shanna, I just saw the lovely Happy Mail to Colette. It's so nice and I loved her reaction. Oh, bless you. Oh, tipsy. Oh, yeah. Oh, no mind. Right, I've got some of these acrylic pointy things. They're off an old necklace, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to use some. I've got this to hang up. Now, this, a man made real walking sticks, and I asked him to make me like a little thing to put on a key ring. And the only reason I asked him to make me that was because when I was doing these types of things, or whatever you want to call it, I wanted, well, I wanted something to hang, which is why I've got what I've got. Now, I've got some flags here. I've got some broken pots. Broken pots always go down lovely with me. And I'm going to fill the broken pot. If I can find my... Put some moss in there. And I'm going to put the seeds of the acorns in there too. Right, I'm going to glue that broken pot to the outside. See? Right, I'm going to see what I got in my pot now. I know I got them. Let's see what I got in my pot. I've got some ivy. I've got some sticks. Let me see what we got here. Oh, I've got some. We're going to put some of that on, definitely. Mushrooms. Oops. Well, that, no, it's too big. So you can get green flower soft as well. Doesn't have to be what I've got now. I've got some scattergrass, which I'm going to put down as well. I'm going to put down one of these trees as well. So I've got one of these trees. Now, do you remember what I did with it last week? I unscrewed the bottom. This week I'm just going to glue it down as it was. And I'm going to put it at the back. So you always get to see something or another what's going on. You see how it's building? Now, again, just by using old twigs and branches, snap them in half. Because Chris cut the wood, he cut the front door off basically, and because he's cut the front door off, I'm going to fill that gap up, these broken twigs, but I'm going to put them at an angle. I hope you guys can see where I'm going with this. And then the other one. See how it's coming along. Saw your pics on you. You're gorgeous and young. Oh bless. I saw Sonja's kitten earlier. I'm gonna put some of these old mushrooms in when I've got, got these. Now my fairy house is going to be, where have I done my, oh, there they are. My fairy house is going to have different elements to it. Now that is bubbling because I'm gluing plastic to glue. Can you see how that's building? Since we're working on this side, we may as well work on this side. What other bits and pieces have I got? Well, fairy house has got to have milk. She's got to have milk. So I'm going to stick this milk carton, again, old children's toy, outside her front door. Broken pot. See how it's building? Can you see how it's building? Absolutely living your fairy house. Oh, thank you, lovelies. Where do you find such lovely tiny things like the heart-shaped mirror and the coat hangers? Well, the coat hangers I'm going to do something with. I'll tell you where I found that in a sec. Finally figured out how to put a picture of mine onto my channel. Got a little kitten for my children. That's why I was like, I was over the moon. I know, I saw it, Sandra. You were over the moon. So, I love the little milk cart. 60. Oh my god, congratulations. Oh my days, are you, Sandra? I don't have milk. Well, my fairies, well, you could have water in there. Don't have to have milk. Right, where do I find such tiny things? My passion is fairies. I absolutely love miniatures and all that's about miniatures. Now I lost my scissors. I love it. Where do I find it? I go literally go on the internet and I'll source. Like I say, if I can't make it, then I will buy it. See how that's got a bit of, we'll say that's a shirt. The little coat hanger, you can buy 4 in a pack, again from eBay. All you're doing is tapping miniature things in. This I actually made myself, and this will be going up. Actually, I might stick him up now. And then the rest of it, well, is just what I've sourced really over time. I'm starting to get back into it, but yeah, it's just what I've sourced. I mean, some things are like children's toys, some things are like old chessboard pieces and things like that, so it's literally whatever you decide to pick up. Like this was a little ornament off something, because it's pure metal, and it's just a little swan, see? But you can see how that's sort of building now, whereas when I started it, I never know when it's going to end up when I do things like this, ever. Very rarely I know where it's going to end up. But yeah, children's toys are the bestest thing in the world to source through. I'm going to put that little happy frog next door. Now inside, she needs a bit of a seat. My fairy gets tired. And in here I have a little seat. I've also got a little book with a pencil on, which is going to go on my shelf as well. Have some acorns in. And I love things like this, things that you would like pick up outside. I've thrown away lots of little toys all the time. Well, you know when you go into the charity shop next, like I say, have a look, because you never know what you'll find. Like, you know, a game of Monopoly, for instance. Now, Monopoly is like a board game, if anybody doesn't know what game Monopoly is. That's the best thing to find. So it's just what you can pick up. Now I've just put a little tea cloth in. Of course I did. Will you give the kitten a name? Yes. I'll let Sonja tell you about the little kitten. She sounds so cute, Sonja. Right. Now I'm going to put the little book in because that's got a pencil on. I'm going to stick that on my shelf, but I'm going to stick it quite close to the edge. So the little chain will handle down. Don't know whether you can see that, whether it's picking it up. Inside on that shelf, can you see? There's a little chain is dangling down. Now what I'm going to do is I've sourced these little seats. They're like little leaf seats. Can you pass me some chain, please?
Chain?
Yeah.
What colour?
The ladies have been asking about you tonight.
Well, it's about me every time.
Oops.
Not anything special, I promise you. Too much. Alright, what colour do you want? You want silver?
Well,
pink,
it's for a fairy.
Blue, purple.
We'll go pink.
Yeah, you've got two types. You've got lilac kind of colour and then a pink kind of colour.
Oh, God. Oh. I put too much glue sticks in my... I'm going to put that down by there because I don't need that.
No paint. Yeah, there's another one.
I know I have paint in my hand.
That's
Chris
the
thinks
ladies' one, do you reckon?
Chris thinks I've gone mad because I've got paint in my hand, ladies.
Yeah, I am.
I'll show him now. Now, I've got like a lantern, a little miniature lantern. Can you see how that's building? And you can sort of build and build and build and build to it. What do you think,
hi
Chris?
guys. They're all saying hi to me. So.
I know, I can see.
Why is that fuzzy?
I don't know. This looks good, Shan. Oh, right. This looks good, Colette. Thank you, Angie. I goes out of focus when you hold the house to the camera. All right, okay. I didn't realise it did. Thank you for letting me know, Polly. Yes, she is, Shannon, already feeling at home with me. I won't leave my side. Hi, Chris. Hi, Chris. Going out of focus when you held it up. Okay, so can you see it if I hold it like that? See? And it's got the tiny mirror inside.
Oh, wait. I might know why it's getting fuzzy.
Chris is on the Xbox, ladies. He's going to get ladies all mad in a minute. It's on the Xbox again. See, he's gone clearer now. I can see that. It's because he was on the Xbox. You'll have a bunch of ladies that are not happy with him. And you see the little mirror and the little shelves, and you can keep building at it. Now I'm going to build so much onto this tonight. Now I've got a bit of pink chain here. I won't need a lot for what I want it for. I'm going to put my piece of wood through the chain. Now bearing in mind that is a key ring, because you can use key rings as well. You're going to have a whole lot of ladies that are mad at you next time you go on that Xbox.
I didn't really want to watch The Hobbit, it was boring.
Oops.
Oh, see, that's better.
Yes.
Why didn't you just do that to begin with, huh?
It's better because you're not on the Xbox. If you want a ladies that will go mad at you, carry on,
bad,
lovely.
Chris. Oh, I'm not that bad, I promise you.
See, and it'll dandle then.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is your fault.
Yeah, see, that's turned out better now.
Oh, look at that.
I wonder why that is.
Chris, it's not funny. Oops.
I'm going to go on Facebook, that shouldn't do anything, hopefully.
You make my ladies mad.
Well, if you do, give me a shout.
Get off the Xbox, Angie says.
I'm off it.
See?
I'm off it.
So this is loose, so it'll dandle down. And then I've got this tiny little lantern. And I want to put that on a chain too. So what I might do, where's he gone? Actually, I won't put that on a chain. I'm going to put it next to the fire on the floor. Can you see how that's turning out? See? And then he's got the little book at the back, the frog. Is that a mouse on the roof? No, it's one of the it's one of these. If I got another one. How much do you want to bet? I can't find another one. No, it's one of these things that are outside, a bit like an acorn, a lot bigger. Tell you what I am going to stick on the roof though is a pussycat, and he's got a ball on him. These are miniature animals. Again, just look around for the cheapest one. Oh, just look around. I mean, you'll be surprised where you can pick up miniature. So I'm going to stick him on the flat bit, so you can sort of see where it's going. Now, one thing is missing is a seat. Which I'm going to stick it there. Right, and the next thing it's missing is a bit of matting, a bit of carpet. So I think we're going to give our my fairy anyway a bit of deluxe, because she lives in the woods. She doesn't sleep very well because she lives in the woods, and with all the bears and everything going on, she wants a bit of luxury. So she's spent out on this nice little mat. Speaking of cats, yep, it's white too. Must be Nana sneaking it. Yeah, see, Sonja? So I'm going to put a little bit of glue each side. Like I say, my fairy lives out in the woods and she wants a bit of comfort. I'm just going to come out and then go back in. So can you see how this is turning out? I mean, you can add and add and add and add. I would love how you talk about. I love how you talk about your fairy as well. A woman's got to have a bit of luxury. We have all got cats on our minds now. Yep, see? And she's got to have a dog, of course. If she's got a cat on the roof, she's definitely got to have a dog. I think she might, you know. I'd have to ask her. She might be a bit of a fairy, what they call an animal person, an animal fairy, an animal keeper. She might be one of them. Right, so I've added some few bits inside. I don't want to overdo it, because I think when you overdo things, I'm going to kill Chris, ladies. Don't worry, he won't eat for the rest of the week. I tell you what, that husband of mine. Right, am I finished? Let me see. Now, I've got some miniature food here. I'm going to give her some bread. She's got to eat. And what about a walnut cake, ladies? Rations for Chris. Yes, definitely. So, I'm not going to just put it straight down. I think I'm going to put it under an acorn. So it looks as if she eats from an acorn. So miniature walnut cake on her. Well, I'm going to do it on this as if she's baked it on the fire. Oops. Oh, well, I would do that if it hadn't dropped and fallen. Right, let me try that again. So you haven't seen nothing. Right now. I'm going to do it like this as if she's baked it. You didn't see that, ladies. Right. Because it's got a bit of a twig, I'm going to leave that twig there and literally put it on top of the fire as if she has literally baked it. Oops. These don't stick. No, on again. Right. That is now stuck on there, and then the bread roll I'm going to put, I think, just on the seat. So she's not going to put it on the floor because the dog will have it. Can you see that? You might have to hold that for a few more minutes. So, did she buy that cake in her fabulous miniature shop? Now, Shannon, are you trying to tell the lady something there? I think she is, ladies. What Shannon's trying to tell you is, Shannon had a very sneak peek, because I didn't show it all of it, a very sneak peek of my miniature shop. It is all done with lights, and this lovely Shannon had a very sneak peek of the miniature shop. So this is what she's trying to tell you, that I haven't showed you yet. And she told me off because I haven't shown you it. So I've got this hanger. That's what she's trying to say there, ladies, you see. I won't let her outside unless she is on a leash. Too afraid she'll be killed by a car. Bless. Sandra, can train her to walk on a leash. I did it with mine. Yes, you can. You can train cats to walk on a leash. Mine are as the rest. You can't. She won't go out, which works well. And she's chasing the birds in the park. Bless. Naughty Shannon. Yes. See? That's what she's trying to tell you. I knew she was trying to tell you. Hint, hint, and all that. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of my hanger. And I'm going to put it just on that twig. See? So even though I haven't done that much greatly to it, I don't think I have, you all come along for the ride tonight. Yes, Shannon, drop your me in it. No, you didn't. I was going to show you, ladies, you see, and Shannon said, why haven't you showed the ladies that? They would love that. Yes, Shannon. 3 bags full, Shannon. Cool, Shannon. I'm going to put that in there, and then I'm going to pop one of these mushrooms. Now, that might be a bit too big, so let me just find another one. But while I'm finding one, see, we admire the inside of that. So, Chris is not going to eat for a week. Definitely not. Not going to keep for a week. Oh, there it was. There's one there. I was in awe like a child and love that idea. And don't forget, this was a birdhouse. Because you remember I showed you all what it was when I went shopping. And the flour soft on the floor, I haven't used Oasis. I haven't used hardly any flowers really tonight. But every bit of it, it's all bits and pieces. So, is that all I wanted? Yeah, because I've got my animals in there. I've got my little cat on the top. I've got my lantern. I think, I've got some scatter leaves. Now, I'll use this on this because I'll show you what this is. This I've used very sparingly. I'll have you ladies know. And it's what they call scatter leaves. I'm just dabbing the glue on wherever I can. It's not in a specific place. Literally watch magic happen. Literally, it's autumn scatter leaves. That's what they're called. So if you want some scatter leaves, I suggest ladies getting this stuff because it's... Christopher, I'm going to kill you. It's absolutely amazing stuff. Right, watch this now, ladies. I hope I'm still live. I'm just going to refresh this, ladies, because... Yes. See what I mean? It's called scatter leaves. And literally... you just scatter it. Put some in the middle. Right. That's what it looks like, and it's called autumn scatter leaves. It comes in a bag, unfortunately, like this. Now I haven't seen anywhere where I can get a bigger pot, but it's really expensive for what it is. I think it's about £3-4 for the bag. Like I say, really expensive, but it is amazing. It gives you the scatter look, like an autumn look. So as you can see, my roof looks as if the tree's shaken and dropped all its leaves on. And I've done covered the whole roof in it, and I've also covered around the sides. And there's the roof. Oh, sorry guys, I forgot. When I hold it up, it goes out of focus, doesn't it? Let me just get the chat up because it's... No, I can't see it when you hold it up. Right, okay, sorry guys. Did you do it again? I know. He's on the internet. I'm going to kill him. I really am, ladies. Don't you worry, he's not going to be fed for a week. Right, I forgot when I held it up that you don't get to see it. So this was originally a green bluish birdhouse. It was bought from the Poundland shop. You ladies feel sorry for him. I don't. I'm the one getting fed this week, not him. Yeah, so blue-green birdhouse. I painted it with handmade gesso, thanks to Angie Paisley and Shannon, Morrissey Arts and Crafts. Because if one of you guys mentioning you could do something handmade, I would have bought the tub. And then painted the whole thing twice. Covered it with real brush. This brush is for balls because the bristles on it are quite tough. And I literally went over it. I did the whole inside brown, but then I did all the roof brown. So that was the outside. Then round the side, I used something called Flower Soft. Now don't forget, you can get it in a range of colours. This is what the red looks like, and this is what I got left of the mixture. But literally, it's really soft to touch. But yeah, it's called Flower Soft. Florists actually use Flower Soft in their shop to make things, and they actually use it. So it's called Flower Soft. You can buy it in a tub. It's not that expensive to buy, and it's quite effective. So I did it all around the edge. To even hold it up because it'll go out of focus. So all around this edge here, all around the back, I used tacky glue because tacky glue dries clear. Otherwise you'd add if you used the glue gun, because it's quite soft and see-through. Just a question, could you use ground dried leaves you find under trees and scatter them on the roof? Yeah, you could. Exactly that. You could. I keep meaning to, and if anybody tries it, please let me know, because I'd love to have a go of it, and I keep meaning to do it. It's just one of those projects where you sort of put it off. I love drying out flowers. Just like the gargoyle said, I love drying out my flowers. Now you can dry out your flowers, cut them up so they are like that, and literally scatter them. But you can use dried leaves. You would get the autumn look then, of course you would. Then I used miniature findings, some of this things on here. So you've got like the miniature tree. The last live show I did, I showed you how to use that tree in a different way. Remember, I unscrewed it and I put it into the oasis. This time I've actually stuck it down. Then I've used broken pots. Broken pots are amazing thing to use, especially on a garden, a miniature garden, anything like that. So anything broken cutlery is another one to use, because if you think of like Tinkerbell fairy, I mean, she was like the fix it mend it fairy. She had everything in her little hut to fix everything. So just think of that when you're sort of doing a fairy house. Not everything has to be, what I'm trying to say is, when I think of a fairy house, I don't think of it being perfect. I think of it like very basic, woodlandy. She has bits and pieces of everything. She could even have tires of an old, like, you know, the old kids' bikes. She could have just bits and pieces. Doesn't really matter what you use. But yeah, a birdhouse is a brilliant thing to use. So that's the birdhouse. Now the other thing I picked up with these little shells from Acorns. I've also used some, I don't know what they're called. I call them acorns, but they called something else. And they literally, I pick a handful up. Now you can see how much I pick up. I like to pick up the ones that are still on the branches as well, because as you saw when I was sticking them down on the roof, it gives it a good effect if it's still stuck on the branch. You can use the branch to manipulate it to what you want to do. So those are them. Now the seeds off them too. So the seeds you can use as like little fairy food, and you could put them in a bowl and put them in your fairy house. So never throw away the seeds, because they always come in handy for something. But it's those tiny things that you can use to make a tree with. You could even make a small plant pot, anything. So the inside of it, we've got like two little shelves that are not straight. They are at a slant. And they've got like a little book on top. I've got this is an actual keyring. Look at keyrings when you go into a charity shop. You know, like every now and then when you go out shopping and somebody stops you and goes, oh, if you give me £1, I'll give you this keyring. And it's like yay size, and you think, what can I do with that? That's it, pine cones, that's what they're called. And you think, what can I do with that? Well, this is what I mean by keyrings. This is a letterbox. Yeah, it's on a keyring. If I wanted to, I could use that in my fairy house. Now I haven't bought that miniature, but keyrings are small anyway, so it's just always handy to have. Children's toys, they make cute little garden furniture for fairies. So anything, if you're going to build a fairy house, just look at possibly, you don't have to go out and buy like the dearest fairy to do it then, that's what I'm trying to say. So the inside I've got a walnut cake, something what Chris isn't going to have this week for lagging my internet. And there's a loaf of bread. That's another thing he's not going to have this week for lagging my internet. And there's a log fire in there and a little stew. Then I've got a tiny little lantern in there. This is a frog. I've got a milk tray, and I might possibly, I don't know where my milk is, but I will put some milk in there with something on a hanger. If you notice, not everything is to one little size. It's all different sizes. And I've also got a cat on the top and decorated it with pine cones and moss. And like I said with moss, you can buy any different colours. So that, ladies, was my creation tonight. Now, I hope you enjoyed that. I know at the beginning you were thinking, oh, my days, Claire, what was you doing? But I hope it has actually come together. When you collect dry flowers and leaves, can you grind them in an old coffee grinder, or will that be fine, Claire? Depends. If they're completely dry, they might break apart. They might break apart. It's trial and error. It depends on what type of leaf you're using. If you're using, like, if you're picking up the sort of the small leaves and you go and grind them, they will fall apart. They will be really good for the scatter as well, because of course if they are falling apart, that'll be really good. But make sure they are dried out. If they sweat slightly, it won't work. They won't crumble into pieces, and that's what you really need for the scatter leaves. But I absolutely love scatter leaves. I could play with scatter leaves all day long because I love the effect it gives. And like I say, for a £4, £5 bag, and you can do it yourself. Do you know what I mean? So that was my little make for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I really do hope you enjoyed that. And don't be too hard on them. Oh, well, I'll try not to, Angie. I promise you. Okay, thank you. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Like I say, what day are we on today? Saturday. And I will come back and do a little project on Tuesday. Thank you, Claire. It's been great listening, learning and chatting. The fairy house looks so cute, brilliant. It's a fabulous project. Fab, enjoyed that, Shannon. Absolutely lovely. It's a fabulous project. Thank you, ladies. I do appreciate everybody. Fabulous, Claire. I dry leaves and then pinch them out of tiny shapes using craft brushes. Best to do it before the leaves get too dry. Fab houses, Claire. Thanks. Annette. Oh, wow, Annette. Annette, I haven't seen your comment before, lovely. Thank you for watching. Lovely night, ladies. I so enjoyed hanging out with you all. I really needed it. Oh, night, Gargoyle. Night, everybody. I'll catch up with you on Tuesday, 7 o'clock Tuesday, and I will do another little project. I might come back and do my little flowers. I've been messing about with flowers and how I make them, and so it might be, I might do an embellishment live on Tuesday. Does that sound good? Night, everyone. Thanks so much, Claire. Thank you, everybody that watched. And like I say, there's no tea for Chris this week. Good night, ladies. I'll speak to you all on Tuesday. Okay, good night. Take care now. Bye for now.